Hey, dry week is coming up.
It's coming up. Let me look at the calendar. It starts, our drink stream is at 1.
It's not a drink stream.
I know, it's right. It's not a drink stream.
Patreon.
It's the Patreon.
This is a live stream for everybody.
That's right,
on
it is
the
for
Whisky
everybody.
Tribe channel. It's going to be Saturday, March 19th.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Central Time.
And dry week will start right after, so let's say 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And that means it'll go until Saturday the 26th at 4 o'clock.
Great. Is this for the Vault channel?
Yeah.
So I can't say all the cool shit we're going to do because that would be kind of promotion.
But for more information,
we don't have any place for you to get more information.
We don't.
Just come hang out on Saturday the 19th, 1 p.m. Central Time. Do it. It'll be good.
Welcome to Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
I am Rex. Wait for the door. Wait for the door.
No, you're just too slow.
Come on, Dan. Hey, what is this?
This is a gift from Magnificent Bastard Gary Wilder.
Gary Wilder, you magnificent bastard.
So down there, like 6 months ago, you guys ended up at your place.
Yeah.
Yeah, with no, you're gonna remember this.
Okay.
With a bunch of little hot sauce things and some other gifts and a metal sign and yeah, that was all from Gary.
Oh, nice.
Gary sent you
Yeah.
hot sauce.
Yes.
And like an egg cream.
Oh, yeah. It's in the studio.
Yeah. And then
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then me hot sauce, which was good, and licorice.
That egg
'Cause I
cream.
hate licorice.
That egg cream is still untouched.
Yeah.
And I suspect there's an expiration date.
Oh, yeah.
Egg cream. Yeah.
And some stuff, you know. But he also is a benevolent bastard because he sent us a restock of Wild Turkey 101.
So from now on, you're in
Yeah.
charge of the run up to the Benevolent Bastard. 'Cause
All right.
I never remember how it goes.
I don't remember either.
See, I don't think
Is it
there-
the same as Magnificent Bastard?
I don't think there is one.
There's not one. There's just Gary Wilder, you are a benevolent bastard.
All right, you remember that from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary, it's just the
much
Mr.
more-
Rogers version.
Yeah, it's more laid back.
Instead of the it's like
Mr.
you know
Rogers called you a bastard.
What? You know what, Gary Wilder?
You're
You're a nice guy.
That reminds me, because we recently did the episode with Andrew Heaton on the Tribe channel, and one of the many things that got cut, because we had like 4 hours of footage.
Yeah.
But
I can't believe it was that little.
he asked, like, if you were going to choose one human being that you think deserves a statue, I said Mr. Rogers.
Oh, yeah.
He's a huge Mr. Rogers. Of
course he is.
We went over like 20 minutes.
Of
Mr.
course he
Rogers.
is.
Yeah. These guys.
That makes sense.
He's like, if Mr. Rogers uses the word liberally.
Yeah. And was English.
Yeah. Well, it looked like he should be.
Yeah. So remember we had these guys and we called them the A-team of whiskey because it's like an engineer and a marketing guy is like the whole nine.
Helicopter guy.
And helicopter. Yeah, but we really loved their stuff. It was a floor malted rye of theirs, right? Okay, and we did another thing too. I think they're similar. Anyway, this is a blend, a triple malt Danish whiskey.
There has to
It
be.
has.
I will be so stunned if it doesn't have a little bit of peat in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got their malted rye, their single malt, and their peated malt.
There you go.
All in one blend.
Yep. It's not an overwhelming peat.
I saw the write-up on this and I was super excited.
Yeah. But it's definitely present.
And they aged them in Maker's Mark casks, so a wheated bourbon cask.
It's that.
It is really a soft touch on the peat.
Yeah, and it's almost that angle of peat. It's almost like a minty peat.
Yeah,
It's
which reminds me of that Lagavulin direction.
Yeah, the Lagavulin. I was about
Yeah.
to say that's exactly the kind of way that Lagavulin presents
Why
the
is
peat.
that one the one that always makes me think mint? I've never found that mint note in another whiskey.
I don't know.
Well, I guess until now, maybe.
Yeah. Because a lot of other whiskeys would be like more mossy,
Yeah.
earthy, and briny. Lagavulin has kind of a little bit of a mint accent on there.
I mean, it's definitely smoke, but it's got a lift and a lilt. Whoa. Is there a drop of water right between my eyes?
No.
A whiskey? Yeah, right. Yeah, my finger's wet.
Oh, okay.
I went like this and it did a little, I saw the tiny dot. I wonder if that's visible.
Right between-
Yeah. Oh, that's
Oh, it's really
nice.
nice,
That's,
Yeah, it's
There
a really
it
nice,
is.
It's a really nice balance of malty sweetness, but there's enough full body of the peat
yeah.
that it keeps it smoky.
Well,
and
here's what's
interesting.
weird.
Yeah.
I'm getting not a smoky palate finish. I am a little, but a smoky exhale. Like I feel like my breath exhale across my palate is an ashy note. Yeah, it's a very gentle. What is the proof?
46.
46. Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
ABV. Yeah.
So, and by the way, this is batch 1-2021. So it has this like honey malt grain,
Yes.
light touch, almost not floral, not fruity.
Now,
And then this sort of ashy switches gears into ash.
honey light grain.
Yeah.
That, and then put a period on that. That right there is nice, but also it's not super mature. You can tell it's a bit young.
Yeah.
It's a bit young. It's
Honey Nut
had enough
Cheerios.
time. Yeah, had enough time in the barrel to be nice, but you're not getting like this really well weather-worn, aged, matured malt in there.
I'm looking for that fruit note that I find in younger malts or in older malts bourbon
It's
cask.
more of like a Cheerio grain for me.
But yeah, I'm still getting more grain than fruit.
Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
It's really nice though. It reminds me of a really light touch blend.
If I had to say fruit, it wouldn't be like a specific fresh fruit. There's a layer of fruit roll-up.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
That candied something or other.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of it, and it's halfway through. And then by the end, you're just left with the ashiness and the peatiness. But the mint shows up for me
What
early.
would be a blended scotch that's intentionally going for smoky? And not just like has a hint of smoke?
I mean, you could do like the Peat Monster, but that's not a
that's
scotch.
aggressive.
That's not a scotch. They're out of the UK, I think. But that's not from Scotland.
No, Peat Monster is scotch. What are you talking
Well,
about?
no. Where is Cubs Box?
Yeah.
Where are they based? Where
No,
are they
they're-
bottling?
Well, no, in Scotland.
They're in Scotland.
Yeah.
Why did I think they were in?
Because the founder
England?
the headquarters of the company are in London.
Oh, okay.
But you can't bottle non-scotch.
Okay.
What about, no. I was looking, that's what I was looking for. What the fuck is it doing up here? No wonder I couldn't find it. Famous Grouse Smoky Black.
Okay.
The intentionally smoky Famous Grouse. Now, I don't expect there's going to be near as much body in the Grouse as there is in the Stauning. But it'll be interesting to see.
Oh, that is a lot more butterscotch.
Oh, yeah.
A lot more
So
butterscotch.
that dense mid-palate, mid-nose, mid-range EQ is absent on the Stauning.
Yeah.
It's a lighter, and now I'm getting the fruit. Go back and now I'm seeing the light fruitiness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Comparatively, though,
Yeah.
I do not remember this being nearly as butterscotchy as it's
Or
presenting
dense.
on the nose.
It smells so much more dense. All right. Wow, really butterscotchy.
Yeah.
A lot of space sides in that.
So between the two, this is going to have a lot more of that smoke presence. That has a
more
lot
body.
more of a body, butterscotch.
How
kind of
much
a
smoke?
thickness. No, not much smoke. I'm not really sure why.
Comparatively.
Yeah.
I wonder, just from raw curiosity, if this would add the mid palate that's missing and
Okay.
even more blended.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that worked.
That's a thing that happens.
That worked.
It's a thing that happens.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's now a budget blend,
So
but it's a good bodied and smoky budget blend.
on the nose, the peat still is very present.
Yeah, I didn't lose that.
Yeah, it does flesh it out a bit more.
Yeah, now, still, I like the Stauning,
Yeah.
but it's missing that mid body.
Yeah, the thickness of the body. And if you're going for smoke, though,
Needs more of a dad bod.
happy to oblige. If you want that recognizable smoke,
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting so much more of it in here.
And when this gets older, that's going to be...
I feel like the Famous Grouse needs like smoke.
Here's what we need. We need to get them to send us this blend in a tote, and then we re-barrel it and let Texas sort of f with it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, a Danish-Texan combo
Yeah.
from our distillery.
We have words Billy Pilgrim, 3 episodes a week, flavored, fake whiskey, lack of shenanigans, the cosmic bunghole senses the imminent demise of the whiskey vault.
Yes.
We're going to explode or implode.
It's all over, boys.
9A builder, as Dr. Ian McKellen would say, KAOS theory prevents good lab-produced whiskey.
Yes, so I forgot about this, but I totally agree with that idea, which is that the thing that's missing when people get too precise
Yeah.
is the magic that comes from chaos theory.
Yeah.
The unexplainable things that occur when uncontrollable events bump up against each other.
Yeah.
Right? That you have a directionally idea of how it's going to go,
Right.
but it's at some level unpredictable. Remember, I think I've said this before on this channel, but there was a study done ages ago when synthesizer music first started to sound like real instruments, not like a synthesizer.
Yeah.
And they had a recording of an orchestra,
Right.
fully recreated by synthesized recordings,
Yeah.
right? Perform an orchestra piece.
Right.
And then they had a London Philharmonic perform the exact same piece, side by side to the untrained ear. They wanted to know, can you tell the difference between humans and the computer? And it wasn't a computer making it up, it's recorded real instruments.
Right.
What they found, if I'm remembering the study correctly, was it was a 50-50 on whether or not they could tell which one was human and which one was computer.
Right.
But it was almost unanimous. They all preferred the human recording. And the conclusion was imperceptible flaws in the human recording made it feel more something.
Just more character, more personality, more human.
And so the problem with a glyph is that it's not making room for the humanity. It's not making room for flaws. And the chaos theory of things you can't control bumping up, it's too precise in its direction.
And again, beyond just this idea of humanity, the opportunity for unplanned variables to make themselves present in, the actual finished product. So in this case, it would be like age and time and environment.
Right.
And like every tree, every barrel is going to be somewhat unique, and giving that enough time to interact with the spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a difference between the smell of a strawberry and the smell of strawberry perfume.
See, that whole idea goes very much against a lot of what I would prefer to be the case.
Yeah.
Because I am very much of the school of there's very few things where you should, just camp out and take your time and just let it like unfold and let it happen. It's like, this is a bunch of f***ing around. We could get 11 really, really important things done by the time fuckwits are done circling and off there. A bunch of mamby-pamby, lazy ass. Don't
cook.
Anyways.
Don't work in wine.
Anyways. But there are a few instances where it's mostly just people gathering around and f***ing each other off.
Yeah,
like
but that's
talking
just
a big
people
game,
responding to the
talking
thing.
a big game and doing absolutely f*** all.
Well,
That's
because
very
here's the reality of your life.
Yeah.
Your life is one big chaos theory. Like, that's it. Like, you exist riding the tailwinds of chaos theory.
So I was listening to, we're so far away from the
we
Whisky.
really are. We're 13 minutes in.
This is fine. This was the last
Okay.
thing. It was basically listening to a podcast, the Lex Friedman podcast. Arguably, he's a robot. But he had on this really great designer of computers. And he said, one of the things that you notice in organizations, because he's been working with like Apple and Intel and basically them coming up with like new chips and new ways of designing a piecing together a computer, is an organization that has more form and predictability. More, what's the word?
Organizational
Yeah,
structure.
let's call it, the more organized it is.
Right.
Initially, that will be more productive.
Right.
And most businesses go down that path of, guys, we got to get it organized, and we're going to hit these goals, and we have these like thresholds and milestones,
Right.
and you get very productive very quickly.
Right.
But then you absolutely reach this ceiling, this threshold of, okay, well, this is the checklist and the schedule and the structure and the plan, and here's this top level performance that the organization
is capable of. At that framework.
And the companies that really kick ass, they get organized, but they do have key players in there to come in and just wreck shit.
Yeah, and it feels like it's got to keep turning on an axis.
The moment a company gets in this idea of, well, this is the way that we do it, and it's the way that we've always done it, and it's working now, they are not long for this world. They will soon become obsolete.
See, I always think too, the balance of that is that it's got to be both. So I had that performance theory, which is that thank you and you needs to be in equal proportions.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you. If someone's thank you is too high, they're not fun to watch perform.
Right.
And if someone's fuck you is too high, they're also not fun to watch.
Yeah.
But if their fuck you and thank you are in equal proportion,
That's good.
That's a
good.
great performance,
Well,
right? This is that same kind of thing where it's like, okay, yeah, you need to be able to fuck it up to grow,
Right.
but not before you've gotten stable flight.
Right. You can't have A lot of businesses get so enamored smelling their own farts and drinking their own Kool-Aid. They will have sacred cows. Like, well, you don't mess with that. And that's, the biggest part of our revenue stream. And then they're going to get out innovated. Somebody else is going to come that's hungrier, that has a fresh way of doing things. Steve Jobs was notorious for this kind of thing. Often, people would be wheeling a prototype through the offices, and they would have this black blanket over it. And it's to hide it from Steve Jobs because he was notorious to come in halfway through a design process, and it's going to be 50-50. He's either going to say, we're on the wrong path, this is dog shit. It can be so much better, here's the vision, here's what we should go for, and it would be something amazingly innovative. Or he would come, give a laundry list of things he hates about it, and completely wreck the entire project.
Right.
So they were very intentional about making sure that they had enough structure and organization to basically be productive and efficient and profitable, but plugging in a person at the right time with the right sensibility to, if needed, turn everything on its head and innovate. But yeah, it's a delicate balancing act. Hi,
welcome to the Whiskey
this
Review
is Whiskey
channel.
channel now. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, fight for a friend.
You steal, may you steal your liver.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.